Oh, that's sad. That's really sad.
Yeah, that's sad, but ugly truth about Korea. I'm not just gonna paint a rainbow picture for you here. It sucks. What's up guys, it's Rachel and today I'm joined by my good friends Mike and Gina.
Hello.
What's up?
Here's our squad and today we're gonna talk about really interesting topic. We found this question on the internet. People who lived in Korea, what do you miss most about it? And we actually found some comments, so we're gonna start reading them. Drinking beer while sitting outside of GS25. I'd miss that. I would miss that because I already miss it. It's
Really?
usually happen in the summertime because we haven't been doing that for a while over the winter season. One of my favorite things about summer.
Because of the fine dust,
Oh yeah.
right? And now coronavirus.
Oh my
I
god.
know. I know.
We can't
A
go.
lot of places in the States, they have something called like an open, the open cup policy?
Oh yeah.
Where like you can't open the cup outside.
Right. So that doesn't exist in Korea. You can literally drink anything in Hangang River Park. So which is pretty cool. I'm living in Korea, but I am missing it too. So you and I probably.
Seoul is just 1,000 times more interesting than my home city, Rono, and it has more things to do for lower cost. Rent is half as expensive, transit vastly superior and cheaper. Weather is better. Really?
So it's basically cost of living in Seoul is cheaper.
I've never thought that way. Really?
I've heard that, yeah, from my Canadian friends. They said that it's really hard to get property. I mean, I know it's hard to get property in Korea too, but like the property that you get for what you pay is significantly higher in Toronto.
I don't understand because Canada is huge.
I think also it's Toronto.
So if you're living in a big city like LA, New York, Toronto,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I think the area where I'm living at currently, if you could pay $800 monthly or $900, you're pretty much like, okay.
Yeah.
You'll get a decent housing.
But I heard in LA it's crazy.
LA is much crazier.
Yeah.
And New York.
So if you are from New York, then you'd miss Korea for it being kind of cheaper. But if you're from suburban area, not so much. It's it is a big city here. What do you think about the price, the cost of food when you eat out, when you go outside to eat?
I think it's significantly cheap here.
Ooh,
or at least
really?
like if I was to go to a place that's like American, so like I go to like Outback Steakhouse, like that's expensive, right? But like if I was like, I just want to get some like doenjangjjigae, then it's just like
$8.
yeah, it's super
$7.
cheap.
Yes,
It's super cheap.
Oh, there's no tip.
Oh, there's no tip, yeah. So that adds to it as well, right?
That's why I was almost broke when we were in LA. Do you remember?
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
we were in LA and
LA is
I
so
was
expensive.
almost broke.
Remember Gina? Gina was living in Airbnb and then she was. Were you cooking?
No,
Barely.
Yeah, I used to just go out and eat,
Right.
and everything was just so expensive. Even salad. Why LA people they like salad so much?
Right. That was
They're
her
pretty-
business trip.
Pretty.
But then, did you make money or lose money? Good experience.
And Uber.
Uber.
Oh, too expensive.
Do you tip for Uber drivers? I haven't tipped. For
I
Uber
did.
drivers.
I'm sorry, but
I don't know
I
if
have
you're
to
supposed to do that. I think it's just courtesy.
I don't know because I feel like by the time I left the US, Uber was just getting started. I do not know.
If you come to Korea though, you'd never tip to taxi drivers or your servers at restaurants. So it cut down your cost for everything significantly.
yeah, that's
Cool.
great.
May sound silly, but I miss service. The Gran who runs local stand I visited often throwing in some extra mandu for service. Little extras they give when I go shopping in malls. It's not what the things are worth, it's just pleasant to have that interaction. Ordering a lot of food and the owner sends over a dish and says, service. You just feel appreciated in a way.
Right. I know
Yeah.
what it is exactly. It's like 서비스예요 이러고 big smile on their faces.
Service is basically when, let's say you go to a restaurant and then you're eating, they bring over, like say a soda or like a little like appetizer just to just be nice. And then it's what? Chung? Which is like, I can't remember how to describe it in English, but I know it's like It's just when you take care of people, almost just kind of look out for people and just do something out of kindness.
It's one of the main Korean sentiments.
Yeah.
I love it. It's awesome. You don't, I mean, if you go into the US and like someone brings you something, then you're like, oh, thank you. They're like, all right, that's going to cost you this, right? So they're going to expect you to pay money.
When I went another country, I had to buy everything for that.
For every item.
Yeah, wet tissue, water too.
Who pays for? Oh, I mean,
Wow.
if it's bottled water, then yeah, you'd pay. But
There's
if it's
only
tap
bottled water,
Oh,
so I
it's
have
only
to
water.
buy.
Okay, yeah.
you have to drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess in Korea people are more generous.
And I think it's just unusual just coming from the States, you know, because we're very like, we're focused on the individual, right? Like just focused on each other and stuff. Not really that whole like group minded aspect. So then when you kind of go out and someone does that for you, it's kind of like, it's a small shock, but it's a positive shock.
Right. Did you get suspicious when you first came? Yeah, what's their
Like,
intention?
why she giving me this? What she want from
Yeah.
me? Kind of like that. No, I didn't. I think it was more like, I think because I might have eaten it with someone, and then they like sat down and explained it to me, but I was really confused.
Oh, I see.
It was just kind of like, I can't remember what they brought, but I think it was like extra soda. Because you know, sometimes they'll bring over like a soda, like a cider or something.
Coke.
And you're like, wait, what did I do to get this? Like, and you're kind of wondering like, should I do something back, or should I tip or something to pay for it? And they're just like, no, it's
Just
it's
say
good.
thank you, 감사합니다, and a big smile on your face will be enough.
And come back.
Yeah. All right.
Come back.
Come back. How close everything is. I live in Australia, and until recently I had a commute that was longer than catching the KTX from Busan to Seoul. What?
Like,
Is
what, 2 hours-ish?
2 hours and a half. That's a lot.
Wow.
5 hours a day?
Oh.
Crazy. Everything is close. For example, from Mike's place to his school, it's like, what, 5 minutes?
It depends if I'm walking.
Yeah, see?
Then it's 5 minutes.
And you don't need a car.
You don't need a car if you live in
That's
Seoul.
nuts.
Finding a parking space, it'd be more of a hassle if you drive in Seoul.
And it costs money to park it almost everywhere.
Cheap, efficient, and dependable public transportation. I work half the year in San Francisco and the other half in Seoul. Can't help but cringe whenever I hear someone rave about public transportation in San Francisco.
Subway in Seoul, amazing. I love it.
Can we just like give an award to Korea for having like a very safe public transportation system? Because I've never ridden the subway in New York. I'm just going to just throw this one out there. It feels like it's kind of dangerous. Right? So at least from the movies, but I'm American, so I know it's dangerous. But like when I'm in Korea, like I never feel like I'm in danger of anything. Right?
Dangerous like what? Even
Like-
people or
Stolen.
Like getting robbed or like getting stabbed, dealing with a gang or anything like that. Like the States is the States, right? Again, I'm from the South. I'm not from New York, but I also know that there are some parts of New York you don't want to go to, right? And if you're from the U.S., you'll know those parts. So it's like, you know, in Korea, I never feel like I'm in danger, no matter what time of night or what time of morning. I never feel like I'm in danger.
Right.
If anything, I feel like people may see me as a predator out there just because I'm foreign, and they're like, oh,
And he's big.
I am big.
Probably because of that. Cheap meals in restaurants and cheap alcohol. Very inexpensive to have a good night out in Korea. Wait a second.
Alcohol.
Cheap alcohol? Is that true? What do you think?
I think if you were to drink soju,
I mean,
soju's cheap. It's pretty cheap.
but beer is pretty much the same. I mean, except for the fact that you don't have to tip. Beer is if you go for craft beer, we have lots of imported beers nowadays.
Yeah.
The night
a
out
lot.
can be expensive too. But if you go for soju, which is one of the most popular bottles in Korea, liquor, it's literally just $1 a bottle.
Yeah, it's pretty dark cheap.
Okay, not having to be aware of my surroundings for fear of getting mugged.
Yeah, mugged, pickpocketed, or assaulted. That's true. Yeah, that's very true.
I think you can say that because you experienced both countries. But what about you as a female in Korea? Have you ever feared walking alone outside at night?
Of course.
So see, it can be different. Women and men, their opinions can vary.
Yeah, there are some weird people like following women
Right.
because of the reason that we are wearing something short. What?
I will say this: if it's not about rape issues, like rape or sexual harassment, then honestly, I care less about my safety than I would do in America or in other countries, because gun is not allowed in Korea. And then I've never worried about getting attacked by gang members. Honestly, I've never experienced that.
Come to Incheon.
Really?
Let's by the sea.
그래요?
There are so many gangsters.
Wow!
Gotta hang with them.
I'll be careful. I like going out, it's super fun, so I would go out, but never really worried about getting mugged or getting assaulted. Rapers, I fear for them, but it's just that. I mean, it's horrible. It's so scary. When I said it's just that, it feels like I'm just like downgrading the fear.
Yeah.
It is horrible. It's different fear, I guess.
I think I fear from living here and just talking to women. I fear more for like how men treat women here. Like that seems like that's a big issue. And I don't know. I feel that police, or at least from what I heard, police don't really like do as much for those domestic violent cases. And then also like the way men have always been, I guess not treated here, but seen as in Korea as being like on top. So then like the way they kind of like, I heard in some clubs a guy will like grab a girl and stuff like that. It's almost like girls are just a lesser
and
like
then
species.
Judges in Korea are horrible. As long as you claim to be, oh, I was under the influence of alcohol, then your sentence gets deducted enormously. It's ridiculous almost. So in Korea, if you are going out, as long as you are with the guy, then pretty much you're safe, because then as long as you get rid of the possibility of getting raped because there is a guy, you're safe, because you were not gonna get stabbed or murdered by someone. So if you're a guy, you're already in the safe zone. But if you're a girl, I don't know, go out with a good friend of yours.
That's really sad.
With my dog.
Yeah. With your dog? No.
They'll kick your dog. Oh, that's sad. That's really sad.
Yeah, that's sad, but ugly truth about Korea. I'm not just gonna paint a rainbow picture for you here. It is what it is. It sucks.
There are many things, but the first to come to mind is the efficient service everywhere. Whether it was at a packed restaurant, a government office, a doctor appointment, or even at the Incheon airport. I live in Spain now, which I love for the most part, but goddamn, trying to get shit done here in 5 times is complicated and so slow.
So slow. Do you agree?
Oh yeah, things here are way faster.
Can you share your experience at DMV? Because I know everybody complains about it, but I can't really relate to it.
The DMV? God, I hate DMV. I had to go to DMV recently, like in the last few years, and it's like, you walk in, and you could barely walk into DMV sometimes because there's just, the lines are just almost out the door. And you would think it's the service that should just be kind of just like boom, 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 bam, bing, bam, boom.
Yeah.
You know, you're done.
Bang, bang, bang.
But no, it's just like, you're there like an hour and a half. Just waiting an hour and a half.
Whoa.
It's ridiculous, completely
That's
ridiculous. Doctor's offices, you're there for forever as well. Dental offices, you're there for forever. So it just takes forever for everything.
It's just, it happens to be really fast in Korea because we are very impatient. Fast. We would freak out if it takes more than 30 minutes for
Pizza delivery.
a pizza delivery.
Yeah.
30 minutes.
Yeah, so like when I order pizza, right, the app will tell me like, all right, it'll be here in 50 minutes, but then it actually comes in half that time, like 25 to 20 minutes.
Right. You know why? Because people are so impatient. If you said 30 minutes, but if you come here after 31 minutes, then Koreans would just lose it.
Wow.
And you are Korean right now because we can't wait. We don't wait. Alright, so these are some of the things that people miss about Korea after they leave the country. And I think we can relate to them pretty much. I think those are the things that I like about Korea.
I like them too, a lot. Especially the fact that things are actually somewhat decently cheap here and they're close and I don't have to drive to get to them.
Right.
Love it so much.
But I want to leave Korea.
Why?
I'll explain that in my video.
Wow, there's a teaser.
Do my video.
Wow. Yeah, definitely head on over to Gina's channel and Mike's channel because as she said, we made collaboration videos on their channels too.
Yeah.
And I hope you enjoyed this video, but that is it for this one. Like the video, share it with your friends, and I'll see you guys next Sunday. Peace out, love you, and goodbye.